Hello everyone, welcome to this session on ChatGPT for UI UX designers. In our previous sessions, we have learnt about writing the user stories, requirement templates, and so on using ChatGPT. In today's session, we'll dive deeper into how UI UX designers can use ChatGPT. The emergence and prevalence of ChatGPT are reshaping various industries, including the UX design industry. So let's get started and see what we have for this session. By end of this session, you will be able to create UI UX designs using ChatGPT and how UI UX designers can write effective prompts using ChatGPT to improve their work efficiency. Now let's begin how UI UX designers can use ChatGPT. ChatGPT, the AI-powered chatbot, is a game changer for the UX designers. It can empower designers to transform their design process and create highly engaging and personalized user experiences. UI UX designers can utilize ChatGPT in various ways to enhance their design process and create better user experiences. Some of the ways UI UX designers can leverage ChatGPT are provided on the screen. So let's start with the first one, which is to generate checklist for UI design. You can ensure your UI design is top-notch with an AI generated checklist. With ChatGPT, designers can easily generate a comprehensive checklist that covers essential elements such as user flow, accessibility, color scheme, typography, consistency, and so on. From color choices to button placement, these checklists can cover all aspects of the UI design. Another way is to create user flows for UX designs. ChatGPT can suggest ways to optimize your website's user flow, from identifying the pain points to creating seamless transitions between pages. It can help us to create a user-friendly and engaging digital experience that keeps our audience coming back for more. The next one is to generate the color palettes using ChatGPT. By leveraging the power of ChatGPT, one can develop a range of colors that are tailored to their brand's personality and style, thus saving time and energy. Next one, ChatGPT can be used to communicate with a difficult client. In situations where one needs to communicate with a challenging client, ChatGPT can be a valuable tool to help achieve a better outcome. With its ability to generate language that is clear and concise, ChatGPT can assist in crafting messages that are professional, tactful, and empathetic, helping to ease any tensions that may arise during communication. To add on, ChatGPT can also be useful to explain design terms to non-technical people. In certain cases, it may be necessary to clarify technical terms to a client. While the team members are typically well versed in their industry jargon, there may be instances where it is necessary to simplify the terminology further for a non-technical audience. And the last one, to act as a UX writer. With the help of ChatGPT, UX writers can utilize the advanced language generation technology to assist with various aspects of their work. ChatGPT can suggest optimized wording for buttons, help to identify confusing or unclear language, and provide ideas for improving the overall user experience, thus saving the time, improving consistency, and creating a more effective user experience. So these are some of the ways in which UI UX designers can find ChatGPT helpful. There are other ways as well, but we'll focus for now on these. Now let us quickly open ChatGPT and write some prompts to see how UX designers can benefit from it. So here I have opened the ChatGPT interface. Let us use it to write the UI UX prompts for a women-only social media app. So our first prompt would be, create a checklist for UI elements for a perfect sign up process in a table, and press enter. So here, if you look at the response, it has given us a table with the UI elements along with their descriptions. So we have clear form fields, we have user friendly labels, input validation, password strength meter, and so on. Now let us ask ChatGPT to create a user flow. Can you create a user flow for women only social media app? And just hit enter. So if you look at the response, it has given a user flow for women only social media app, starting with user onboarding. Then there are some steps: sign up process, profile creation, home feed, discover and connect, create and share, and so on. So now let us ask ChatGPT for the colors that would suit this application. So let me write another prompt. Can you suggest primary, secondary, and tertiary colors for women only social media app? And let's be specific, represent it in a table. And now when you look at this response, you will see this is a suggestion for primary, secondary, and tertiary colors for the women only social media app represented in a table. As you can see, the color for primary color hex code is given, and where it can be used, it has given us the response app logo and branding. And if you look at the below line, it says these colors are just suggestions and you can adjust them based on your app's branding guidelines, target audience, and design preferences. So now let us suppose we get 404 error message in our application. What messages can we display? Let's ask ChatGPT. So I'll just type in a prompt. You are a UX writer now. Generate 10 versions of 404 error message for the women only social media app. And hit enter. And when you look at this response, you will find these responses very creatively written. As you can see, the first one says, "Oops, you have ventured into an uncharted territory. This page seems to have gone on a girls' night out. Let's head back to familiar grounds." And if you look at the other responses, those are also very creatively written. Now let us see how to negotiate with an annoying client using ChatGPT. Let's see. Get ideas for negotiating with a client who has not paid their invoice on time. And these are the ideas for negotiating with the client. It is important to approach the situation professionally while maintaining a good relationship with the client, and some ideas to consider are given below. You can read all of them. So now that we have seen some prompts for the social media app, let us ask ChatGPT for the finance app. We'll ask the same questions, that is to create the user flow, suggest the colors, negotiate with the client and generate error messages for the finance app. So let's write the first prompt. Can you create the most common user flow for a finance app? So you can read the response for the user flow for a typical finance app, starting with user onboarding, account setup, dashboard overview, transaction tracking, and so on. Now let us ask another question, that is, can you suggest primary, secondary, and tertiary colors for the finance app? Represent it in a table. And again, you can see it has given us some suggestions for the primary, secondary, and tertiary colors for the finance app. Again, let's ask ChatGPT the same prompt. You are an UX writer. Generate 5 ideas for error messages the finance app can have. So you can see, based on the finance app, it has given us the 5 ideas for error messages. The first one says, oops, it seems there was an issue connecting to your bank. Please check your internet connection and try again. If the problem persists, contact your support team for assistance. And you can read the below ones too. Now let's ask another question. Negotiate with a client who hasn't paid the final amount even after delivering the project. Can you generate a message I can send him? So you can see, you can negotiate with your client in this way. It has suggested us one way. In a polite way, it has replied. Now let's ask another question. How would you describe user journey to my grandfather who doesn't know what is a website or a computer? So let's see the interesting response ChatGPT has given us. So it starts with citing a story. As it says, our user journey is like taking a trip or going on an adventure, Grandpa. Imagine you want to buy something from a store, but you have never been there before. The user journey is the path you take from the moment you decide to go to the store until you complete your purchase and come back home. So he cites the entire story, and what happens at the last? He says a user journey is like a trip or an adventure you take on a computer or a website. It's the path you follow from the beginning when you decide what you want to do to the end when you accomplish your goal or find the information you need. So now let us explore some more user interface design prompts in ChatGPT. The first one would be, Generate examples of UI design requirements for a fitness app. So you can read the response. It has given us some examples of UI design requirements for the fitness app, starting with consistent visual style, clear and intuitive navigation, and so on. Let's write the second prompt, that is, create a list of 20 websites that I can use as inspiration for designing a fitness website. So you will find the list of 20 websites that can serve as an inspiration for designing a fitness website. You can click on any one of these and just use them. Now let's ask another one. Brainstorm ideas for different ways to design a fitness app. So here ChatGPT has given us some brainstormed ideas such as gamified fitness, virtual trainer, social fitness community, interactive workout classes, and so on. Now let us see some of the prompts that we can use for user experience. So the first one will be, what are some micro interactions to consider while designing finance app? So first it starts with micro interactions. What are micro interactions? Which are small subtle animations or feedback that occur within an app to enhance the user experience. And these are some micro interactions which we can consider while designing a finance app. It starts with button feedback, form validation, loading indicators, error notifications, and so on. Now let us ask another prompt. Create a user persona for a women's fitness mobile app. Use a table for representation. So you can see it has given us one user persona for the women's fitness mobile app, starting with the name, age, occupation, goal, technology proficiency, and so on. Now let us write another prompt. Create a user flow for fitness app with the following features, like easy and hassle-free registration, nice workouts suggestions, and so on. So here it has given us the user flow for a fitness app with the easy and hassle-free registration. So you can read the response. User opens the app for the first time. It is greeted with a welcome screen introducing the app's features and benefits, and it sees a prominent call to action button to register and get started. So you can read all the options. Now let's ask last prompt for the user experience, which is act as a user researcher for a fitness application. Pretend I am a user and ask me questions about my experience to find the perfect gym. Here you can see it has drafted some questions which you can answer to understand how was the experience to find the perfect gym. So these were the prompts for user experience. Now let us see some prompts for UX writing. The first one will be create a text-based Excel sheet to input your copy suggestions. Assume you have 3 members in your UX writing team. Act as a UX writer and generate 10 versions of error messages for a women fitness app. So it has given me 10 versions of these error messages, and what it has given below. In this Excel sheet, each error message version is associated with a unique error code. This allows your team to easily reference and track the different versions. So it has created one Excel sheet for the UX writing team. And now let us ask another prompt. Write 10 ideas of high conversation women's fitness landing page. So here you will find the 10 high conversation headline ideas for women's fitness landing page, such as transform your body and empower your mind, unleash your inner strength today, get fit, feel fabulous, join thousands of women on their fitness journey, and so on. With ChatGPT, you can also prepare for the UI UX interviews. So let us see some interview prompts now. So let's write the first one. List 20 common interview questions for UI designs and include the answers. So here you will find the 20 most commonly asked interview questions for the UI design positions, and along with the sample answers. You can go through these. So here you can see it has given us 11 and it says continue generating or regenerate. So let me ask another one now, which is, can you give examples of some UI UX exercises for interview practice? So it has given us some of the UI UX exercises which can be helpful, such as redesign an existing app, You choose a popular app and redesign its user interface to improve its usability, aesthetics, and overall user experience. Then we have wireframing and prototyping, and so on. Now let's ask another one. Provide tips for demonstrating problem solving skills in interviews. So here you can find the response. It has given us some tips for demonstrating problem solving skills in interviews, such as listen actively, break down the problem, think aloud, ask for more information, consider multiple solutions, and so on. Now let's ask another one. I want you to act as interview expert and provide a list of commonly asked UI UX questions regarding Figma. So it has given us commonly asked UI UX questions regarding Figma, starting with what is Figma, why is it popular among UI UX designers, the key features of Figma that make it preferred tool for collaborative design, and so on. So it has given us around 20 questions. Now finally, let us see the prompts which we can use while working with the clients. So let's write, explain to my client like he was 5 years old the concept of color complementarity. And let's see what it has responded. So it starts with, hey there, do you know how sometimes when you see two colors together, they look really nice and make each other stand out? That's called color complementarity. It's like when two friends help each other and make each other look even better. So you can read how it has given us the definition for complementarity of the colors. Now let's write another prompt. Provide a response for a client who gave a negative feedback to my website design proposal. So you can see how it has given us a response for the client who gave us a negative feedback. So it starts with, thank you for taking the time to review the website design proposal. I appreciate your feedback and understand that you have some concerns regarding the design direction presented. I am here to address your feedback and work towards a design solution that aligns with your vision and goals. And you can read the whole response. So that was all how ChatGPT can be helpful for the UI UX designers, especially for the UX writing teams and for the UX designers. To quickly recap what we have covered, we started with learning the ways in which ChatGPT can be useful to a UI UX designer, such as creating the user flows, suggesting the colors, writing error messages, and acting as certain person. And finally, we learned how to write some prompts for all these situations using ChatGPT. So that was all about this session on ChatGPT for the UI UX designers. Look forward for upcoming videos on AI assisted programming. Thank you.